guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm here in the middle of nowhere in Arizona, and it's all because we've been invited by Honda to be part of the media launch for this vehicle. This is the all-new 2020 CRV, but what makes this extra special, this is the first ever CRV Hybrid. But before we get into this, let's talk a little bit about, well, where did the CRV come from? 1997, that's how far back you have to go, was when the CRV was first produced. Times have changed though. SUVs have become really that go-to for vehicles for families around the world basically. This CRV Hybrid is gonna slot into that nice compact crossover SUV, and it's here to give you maximum MPGs. Now, there are some pretty big competitors, and the main one has been the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, but Honda wants to take their great success of sales of the CRV over those years and really bring it into the hybrid setup to catapult that as the industry standard for a compact hybrid SUV. So let's go ahead. We're gonna dive into this 2020 CRV Hybrid, see what's different for 2020 across the board when you look at the CRV, but also see what makes this hybrid so special. Right off the bat, new color on the CRV. It's called Sonic Gray Pearl. Now, you've seen it on other Honda products. This is the first time that it's been on a CRV, and I have to be honest, it actually fits it to a T very nicely. But let's go ahead and zoom in and see some of the other additions we got going on. Now, first of all, these flies are not included. So if you're gonna buy your hybrid CRV, you're gonna have to bring your own flies. Just something to be aware of as we're filming today. But full LED lighting. Now, you're gonna have the same great selection of all those different trims. Starts with LX, goes all the way up to Touring. You could have your hybrid cake and eat it too, no matter what trim you go with. This one being a Touring is gonna be that fully loaded one. But you have LED headlights across the board. I like the way they bring the chrome trim inside. So smart to also have it on the exterior of the headlight design. Of course, we're gonna get those same great daytime running lamps that are LED as well. Another thing, number two, if you're counting, for 2020 is gonna be a refreshed front end. And where it really hits home are on the corners. You have some chrome trim to go with what's happening up top. They brought it down below. I like this change up with the large flat black area, and you're gonna have a row of LED fog lamps. That's gonna make sure that that road is illuminated bright as the sun, even though there may not be any light around except for those. So I think that's super smart. Honda did that. We come across the grille. Now, the grille stays the same, basically. This is a generation that started 2017, and I like this style. I think that the previous generation looked a little bland. This one really hits a home run. You can see how you have the blue color, that hybrid color that really signifies what this Honda is all about for fuel saving. Some gloss black. I think it was also smart the way they took the same design of the grille and brought it to the lower section. Gloss up top, flat black on the bottom, and I think that really that's the way to go because that's gonna take a better beating. Plus, this plate here tells you you get all of the Honda sensing technology standard on all the CRVs for 2020. Going up onto the hood, same hood design, you have your angular raised sections, and then from a driving perspective, the nice thing about this CRV, it doesn't feel cumbersome, it doesn't feel bulky. You have these nice peaks on the hood where the fenders are to give you a great reference point. But let's swing around the corner, kind of dodge these flies. Remember, flies are not included. New for 2020, we have an all new wheel and tire setup. So you're gonna have a 19-inch machined aluminum. I love the machined aluminum pieces here. You have that nice silver metallic color, working well with the color CRV we have. Really makes it pop, but that's a 19-inch wheel. I like the way they brought the flat black all the way around the fender and not too fat. Some brands are kind of bringing the trim too far into the fender. It's looking a little bulky, nice and slim. Obviously, what's gonna tell you that this is a hybrid, besides the blue on the front, you have your hybrid badge, and it's tasteful. They placed it in a nice setup. All the way down the side is gonna be the same goodness that makes a CRV a CRV. So you're gonna have your color match mirror caps, the slim and trim LED turn signals. Down below, more of that flat black, but that's gonna help us take a better beating with a little bit of silver chrome trim as we come towards the rear, but all of this is your same CRV of this current generation. Low roof rails. The good thing about having the roof rails is, guess what? You put the kayaks up there with some crossbars. Now you could take those kayaks even further. Get away from people bothering you. Go put it in that one spot, and you get to do that with a longer, further range with this hybrid. Out back, some changes for 2020. First of all, you have that nice low roof spoiler. I like the way it kind of dips in right in the center. Just give it a little bit of character. You're gonna get full LED. So LED headlights, we have LED brake lights and turn signals, all-wheel drive. Let's talk a little bit about this. Now, the hybrid setup of the CRV is mechanical. This is a mechanical hybrid setup, which means that you have mechanical all-wheel drive. There's a differential in the back and a drive shaft that connects the front of the vehicle to the back, and that's gonna give you that all-wheel drive capability, keep you nice and planted to the road. There's another hybrid badge. You gotta let people know that you're saving fuel. You're trying to help this beautiful world that we live in, the environment. Touring badge, this is the top trim, and then this lower section is unique to the hybrid. So no exposed exhaust pipe. You have a little bit of chrome trim. Other than that, super clean. Always have liked the way the back of the CRV kind of just comes straight down to allow for easy parking, especially if you have to back into a tight area. But why don't we go ahead? We talked about the outside. Let's pop the hood and see what's new for this hybrid. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. New for 2020. Like I said, now I know many of you are getting tired of me zonking the prop rod. So if you want to zonk it, put it in the comment section. I want you to be heard with your zonk if you think that should be a zonk on the prop rod. But definitely one thing that is not a zonk is underneath that hood is an inline 4 naturally aspirated 2-liter engine. You're going to have 2 electric motors, and the wonderful news, combined you're looking at 212 horsepower, 232 pound-feet of torque. Now you do get 3 different drive modes that you could go through with the CRV hybrid. You get full EV drive, hybrid drive, and engine drive. Here comes the good news, MPGs. You're looking at 40 in the city, 35 on the highway, and a 38 rating combined, and that's with the all-wheel drive. I think it was very, very smart to go the 2-liter naturally aspirated route, and the even better news is there's no conventional transmission with this CRV hybrid. But why don't we go ahead? We talked about what's new underneath the hood. Let's see what's different for 2020 on the inside. All right, guys, we're inside the 2020 CRV hybrid. I know you're at that point, you're like, Joe, I've been waiting for this for a long time. I've been so tempted to go buy one of the competitors like the RAV4 Hybrid. How much is this? Well, guess what? You get hybrid any trim level you want. You could go LX, that's $27,000. If you want what I have right now, MSRP for a Touring is $37,000. And of course, you got the ones in between as well. But let's see what you get for the money. Now, to the door panels, I love what's going on. Nice style with the leather, the stitch work. You have some nice wood material in here. It makes you feel like the environment on the outside has been brought to the inside. And that makes sense because you're saving the environment by getting better MPGs. Why not have a little bit of faux wood trim in here? But I like the soft armrest, the stitch work, large pocket down there in the bottom of the door panel. You're gonna be able to put your ho-hos, your ding-dongs, your zingers, your funny bones, your Twinkies. And the good news is, it's nice to have that space because you're not gonna be stopping for fuel very often. Even the silver trim around the door handle and the door handle itself, nice touch, and you don't have to worry about fingerprints unless you're eating powdered donuts or something. When you come to the dash, same story. I love the soft material. They could have went hard up here, they did not. Some gloss black. If you're wondering, well, are you gonna get fingerprints? Sure, if you do this, you're gonna get fingerprints, but it's so out of the way, you don't have to worry about that. There's more of that wood trim that they brought in. Open this up, look how nice and large the glove box is. Put a box of Twinkies in there. You don't know when you're gonna be stopping at a gas station. It's good to have it in there for when you start getting hangry. This is all gonna be the same as any other CRV. So we have our 7-inch touchscreen. You know how I know it's a touchscreen? Because watch this. touch map. There's our navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. I love what Honda does by kind of just laying it flush, and there's no glare. They do some type of voodoo magic or something where there's no glare on the screen. It's really, really nice. We hit home. You have all your different settings, easy to get to. Volume knob, so you could fine tune your music volume just like you would a violin. We have our power on button, so no push button start, it's power on because this is the CRV Hybrid. You have your dual climate control, and what's nice is, let's say you just want to raise the blower speed, real easy just to do right here. Look at this, up, down, up, down, up, down. Climate, you get in there, you could even do it there as well. So a multitude of different ways to cool your body in the CRV. Speaking of temperature, you have heated seats, but no ventilated seats. I would like to see ventilated seats on the $37,000 Touring trim, but I like the silver. This, feast your eyes, is all new. This is the push button transmission controls. Now you don't have a conventional transmission in this hybrid, but they want you to still have the things that you're familiar with. Drive, neutral, reverse, park. It's the same setup as in the Accord with the 10-speed that I've shown here on Rady's Rides. We have sport mode. Yes, Honda wants you to have fun driving your CRV Hybrid. Economics, your economics button. So you hit this and you could actually invest stocks. No, honestly though, this is economics as in economy, better fuel economy by hitting that button. You could even do full EV mode, your electric e-brake. Drop down, all new. USB isn't new, but where they put it is new. It's easier to get than where they had it before. You have wireless charging, 2 cup holders for a Yoo-hoo, a milk, maybe a root beer. And then this is all new for 2020. So you have a nice sliding tray. You could actually take your peanut M&Ms, put it on the tray. You have a 12 volt in here and more space for Twinkies. Maybe put a bag of chips. Get some kettle cooked chips. Lift that up. You see that? That slides back here. Now you can have a nice foot-long sub you could actually put there. And then, watch this. Multitude of positions on the armrest. Nice. Well thought out. And these seats, I love the leather. You've been thinking of a RAV4? You can't get leather on a RAV4. Leather in the CRV. Love the stitch work. Electric controls. Makes it easy to fit it to your body. The only zonk on the seat is that they're not ventilated. You do have a nice size standard sunroof. GoPro is not included, that's mine. And you do have an auto dimming mirror, but it's not frameless. So that, I wish it was frameless. I am gonna zonk that, but why don't you come over to the business end? Because there's some changes for the CRV Hybrid I wanna show you. All right guys, business end, behind the wheel, you do have 2 memory settings, which is really nice. If you wanna let somebody borrow your CRV Hybrid, you could have 2 separate memory settings for the seats. Seat controls are easy to get to. You got that lower lumbar, which is great because you're gonna need it because you're gonna be driving this a further distance without having to stop at a rest stop or get gas or anything. Steering wheel. Honda does something really great with their steering wheels. The thickness is perfect. I love the stitch work. I'm not 100% sold on these plastic buttons, but you do have a heated steering wheel. And you see these paddles? I know you were saying, well, Joe, this doesn't have a conventional transmission. You're right. What these paddles do, regenerative braking. So you could actually lessen the effects of regenerative braking or increase the effects. Another thing I want to point out is there's all of the buttons for your Honda sensing. So you have your lane keep assist, your parking assist, obviously you can shut your traction control off and all that good stuff, and then the dash. What is different about it? Well, guess what? You're in a hybrid, so you have some changes. We actually have a charge gauge over on the left. You have your fuel gauge all the way on the right. And then in the center there, you have a multitude of differences that separate you from your standard HRV. So you have that EV ready light that's on, shows you your charging, your power. And then look at this. That's going to show you how the power is being transferred. And if we keep going through this system, you have all the other great readouts, especially this one with the all-wheel drive. So you can see how that all-wheel drive is being transferred. And if you look closely, there's the drive shaft. Let me go back real quick. There's the drive shaft because this one is a mechanical all-wheel drive system. So you have a drive shaft connecting the front of the vehicle to that differential out back. Visibility is going to be the same great visibility. Let's go see the passenger room because remember, this being a hybrid, are we giving up some space for those batteries. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, backseat time in the CRV Hybrid. If you're wondering, why do I have a smile on my face? It's because you still have plenty of room. It's class-leading passenger room for this particular segment of the market, and you really can get it in here because being 6 feet tall, I feel really comfortable. Backs of the seats, full leather. You do have a pocket for the passenger on the passenger side of the vehicle for their Twizzlers, a back scratcher, a mirror, a comb, an abacus, a ruler, maybe even a compass, who knows. But the zonk is there's no pocket for me. So you're gonna have to hold my Twizzlers, and I'm telling you right now, if you eat my Twizzlers, I'm gonna be pretty ticked off. But you do have 2 rear AC vents, and you have 1, 2 USBs. What that means is parents around the world are not gonna lose their sanity because their kids' electric devices die. They're not gonna die because you have the USBs nicely placed down here. Armrest time. You know what? I'm not zonking it. Now, normally I do because of the vertical cup holder, but they gave you plenty of real estate. You could have it this way, that's fine. Just give me some real estate for my arms since this is a armrest. The only challenge is, and it's probably a good thing, is that your kids are gonna have to get the smaller drinks. No super big gulps back here, no super Slurpees, and I don't recommend you having them hold it in between their legs because that's gonna get squished everywhere. It's gonna be a mess, but nice and soft. Put it back, plenty of headroom, plenty of shoulder room. Let's get to that cargo area and see how much space we have in this hybrid. All right, guys, time to check out the cargo space. How much junk can we put in the cargo area of a CRV Hybrid? You press the button, it's electric assist. It's on the slow to moderate side of things, but good news is you are not compromised with space back here. We do have the lowest loading floor in this segment of the SUV industry. Nice low floor, nice and flat. Now let me show you something though. We're gonna lift this up. There's no spare. Because this is a hybrid, I'm gonna lift this up. There is your electric air pump to help you get air back into that tire that's gonna be flat. But here's the great news though. When we're looking at this cargo area, we pull the handles. The seats are gonna go down. Let me flip this out of the way for my wonderful camera assistant here, production manager. But when you look at that room, if you want numbers, if you like hard numbers, let me give you some hard numbers. 33.2 cubic feet of space with the seats up. Fold them down, you're looking at 68.7 cubic feet of space. Really gonna make this such a usable hybrid to where you'll be able to get those things. And those seats will go down even a little further. We have some backpacks and stuff in there, but very nice loading floor. We hit the button, tailgate drops down, but if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go see how this CRV Hybrid sips fuel. All right, guys, we're in the 2020 CRV Hybrid. We're driving down this desolate road in the middle of Arizona, and one thing is for sure, very comfortable, just like the regular internal combustion engine CRV. So that really is nice to know that you're gonna get all the things that make the CRV great, but now you're getting it in a package where you're gonna be able to save fuel like none other. And that's what really is making it extra special. Let me go ahead, I'm gonna come to a stop here because there's really nobody around us. And I wanna just show you the acceleration difference that you're gonna get with this CRV Hybrid. So I'm left foot braking on throttle with that instant electric EV assistance. You are off and running. And I don't even have it in sport mode. You put it in sport mode, and then that also is gonna adjust the parameters of operation with this CRV Hybrid. But very smooth, great feeling coming back through the steering wheel. And just the way they organize, the way the engineers organize the interior, everything makes sense. There's a place for everything, and everything is exactly in its place. Or I should say there's a place for a Twinkie, and every Twinkie's in its place, and that makes sense. At least to me. I'm sure it does to you too. But let's get on it again. Now what's interesting, when you put it in sport mode, you actually do have a synthesizer of extra sound just to give you that little extra something when driving the CRV Hybrid. We're gonna wave Hopefully they wave back. We got a little wave. Yeah, there's tons of other CRV hybrids around for the media event. And that's what makes this special too, is being able to compare people's notes. How are they liking the CRV hybrid to what we're experiencing? But super smooth over this road. Not the twistiest. There's no twisty bends around here, but definitely with the mechanical all-wheel drive, you're going to be secure. It's been raining today, so we've been able to really experience what that grip level is, and it's quite impressive, the grip that you are getting with the all-wheel drive setup. All right, guys, here we are. Let's check out that throttle. On throttle, a little bit of dips action, really test out the suspension. They really tuned the suspension very, very well, and it just makes driving the CRV easy. That's what's great about this compact SUV crossover class, is that the vehicles are easy to drive, and that also makes it wonderful as well. Now, Honda gave us this little loop to do to really test out the MPGs that we're getting out of this CRV hybrid, but I'm telling you right now, I would love to test out these little hills, because they're pretty sharp, and I feel like I could get this CRV airborne a little, but we'll save that for another review, because I want to be invited back to these Honda media events. But super smooth, and really you're not going to get a lot of engine sound until you're on full throttle, which 9 out of 10 times, picking up the kids from school, taking them to soccer practice, say you got to take one of your kids to the dentist to get their teeth drilled out, you're not going to be flooring it all the time. Let's do a little on throttle on the turn. We're actually going to go right. Here we go. On throttle. Here we go. Look at that. All-wheel drive makes it happen. Super great. You are getting a loud engine noise, but like I said, that's at full throttle. Once you back out of it, then it comes back down, because you don't have a traditional automatic transmission in here, a conventional automatic transmission. But super smooth, works great. All right, guys, before we wrap it up, I just want to take us down this dirt road. This is all-wheel drive. Are you going to go climbing rocks? No. But I just wanted to show that mechanical setup on the all-wheel drive in this CRV hybrid. Very, very capable, and I'm telling you, I feel confident. And that's the great thing about driving this CRV hybrid. You feel confident, you feel good. It doesn't feel mushy, and I like that, because you feel engaged. But really, really crazy out here in the middle of nowhere in Arizona with these hills and whatnot. Makes driving a little bit different than what we're used to here on Rady's Rides in sunny Florida. All right, guys, I need to make a U-turn here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on acceleration and kind of do a fast U-turn in the CRV. So on throttle, whipping it around. Look at this. Nice. Nice. And we're off. So really nice to see Honda using some of that engineering. They could have easily done what other brands have done and put the electric motor out back, but I'm happy to see the mechanical all-wheel drive in this CRV hybrid. But hopefully this gave you a nice overall feel of what this vehicle is all about. We're gonna get back to our undisclosed middle of nowhere destination, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been a wonderful time here in Arizona, the middle of nowhere. Definitely want to thank the whole Honda crew, Sage, Davis, Natalie, Jimmy, getting us out here to experience the CRV hybrid. Is it a competitor against the RAV4? I'm going to say 100%. The flies love it. I enjoyed driving it around Arizona and definitely sipping that fuel. If it's hybrids like these that you want to see on the channel, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description, get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. I got to give it up to my main squeeze, my wonderful wife, Lori. So smart, so intelligent, so hardworking. So please show her some love in the comments. She has traveled over halfway across this country of ours to help me film this CRV hybrid. And I appreciate your hard work, Lori. And just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.